my songs, because people always say, Skipper, you have not done anything. My songs, I can just play from where I started and see where I went to. So I did a song called Mandela when he passed. Everything that you did from the north to the south, Madiba, is for my freedom. That is why I'm so proud to sing a song for my hero, Mandela. We will miss you much. Oh Mandela, oh Mandela, Tata Madiba. So I did that one, and then after that I did.
Hey, and welcome to the You Can Be Anything podcast, a place where we talk about every and anything that impacts our lives on this journey of becoming our best versions. My name is Solange Che, and I am your host. In this podcast, I share my experiences, I share my story, my successes, my failures, my fears, my challenges, all with the goal to inspire someone out there. I stand to tell you today that no matter how many rock bottoms you hit in life, there is always room for self-improvement. So do not give up on yourself, because we are all unique in one way or the other. And because we have different stories and tackle life from different angles, I bring in guests to share their experiences, their stories with us, to give us tips on what they are doing and how they are doing things differently. Remember that in life, there is no one size fits all. So my goal is to be able to provide a repository where my audience will be able to come back to and say, hey, there was this guest that shared his or her experience on a specific topic, and I would like to gain some more insights from that. So it also serves as a knowledge base. I hope you get the best value out of this, and that someday you will come back to be my guest. Thank you for being part of the You Can Be Anything tribe. Hi, once more welcome to yet another episode of the You Can Be Anything podcast. I'm your host, Soso Babes, Solange Che, and it's been a fortnight, which means, again, I say this every 2 weeks. I have found another amazing person who is here to talk to us about what he does, what motivates him, and throw out some word of advice for anyone, any of you who cares to listen. So today I am honored to have DJ Skeeper Jerry. He is a popular one. And again, to all his fans out there, let's together welcome DJ Skeeper to the You Can Be Anything podcast. Thank you so much, Jerry, for saying yes to my invitation.
You are so welcome, so welcome.
Oh gosh, I love the sound of that. You talk and it sounds like you're singing already.
With my voice. But it's okay. Yeah, we're here. We've been working hard, but it's always good to find time to come to a fellow sister show, because I call you my sister. You're like, I've known you for a long time.
Yes, that is right. And again, I've admired what you've been doing, what you've done for a very long time. And so that's why I was so honored when you said yes to my invitation and to come talk to my guest and I. So for those of you who don't know Jerry, Jerry is an entertainer. He is a great pianist. He does amazing stuff on the piano. He's also a musician, because I've listened to 2 of his singles that I know. There could be more, but I'm more familiar with 2 specific ones. And apart from all of that, doing all of these fun things in the entertainment world, Jerry is also a healthcare professional. This is who I know you to be, Skipper. But again, just for the sake of our listeners, can you please tell us a little bit about yourself? Who would you say DJ Skipper is?
Well, basically, DJ Skipper is somebody who is very passionate about entertainment. Music is my life pretty much. I was born in a musical, not really in a musical family, but a family that encouraged me music wise. Well, I'd say in quotes, but I emerged to be a musician because it's what I wanted to do. I am a blessed father of 2 boys. I have twins. Everybody already knows that because I put them on, social media, part of my life, which is unavoidable. DJ Skipper is a guy who is passionate about building entertainment. I have been in the movie industry, I've been in the music industry, I've been in the camera world, I've done audio visuals. And then, on top of all that, like you said, I'm passionate about helping people health wise. Our African community, when I came to the US, I noticed that we are not very aware of medical conditions that follow every family, every race. So for me, when my child was born and a doctor told me that, oh, he has to have surgery on the throat because he was struggling to breathe, to me it was a scary thing. It's a very scary thing. And I took the leap of faith not to have my child operated upon. And when I did take that risk, I decided that, you know what? I never want a doctor to tell me, because my child lives today with no breathing conditions, like he's doing fine. Not that I disrespect doctors, but I like to be aware of what I'm saying yes to, especially when it comes to the health field. So I decided to go and be a nurse. And yeah, that's pretty much me. I'm just a goofy guy. Don't expect too much from me, but fun, laughter, entertainment, and of course, freedom of expression.
Awesome. That is a great personality you just put out there. So apart from all the beautiful things you do at occasions on Facebook Live, the beautiful music you put on there, you make us reminisce. We remember some of those songs that we used to listen to as kids, and hearing you sing it. I follow you on Facebook Live sometimes, and I'm dancing in my house and having a lot of fun. Apart from all of that, you're also a dad who is very present for his kids. And talking about your children, thanks for bringing that up. And again, they're two amazing boys and loving the healthcare sector. So, if we want to talk a little bit about your musical side, what would you say inspired the pianist in you? Would you say that is something that was put in you, like your parents encouraged you to play the piano? Like I have one for my daughter now. She plays it sometimes, sometimes she doesn't. But were you the kind of kid that grew up with a piano and you finally made it something that you couldn't let go of anymore? How was it for you?
Well, when I was only 6 years old, I visited a friend. I always call his name out because he's not a stranger to me. He's like a brother. It's called Nyamboli Olivet. We all call him D.A. Dada. I went to his house and I saw a little piano on a certain Christmas day. Our dads used to ask us, what gift do you want for Christmas? And I would go ahead and pick all those toys. When I was 5, I picked what? I picked a machine gun. So when I was 6, between the age of 5 and 6, I had gone to Dada's house and seen this piano, which, when I touched it, I felt something different. Needless to say that my late mom was a very good dancer, very good singer. She liked music, so that is just an aside. But when I saw this piano, I came back home and I told my dad, I said, Dad, listen, for Christmas this year, I want a piano. When I was only 6, there was nothing else you can get from me that would give me full satisfaction, because I found myself at the age of 5 asking my dad every time, let's go to Dada's house. Let's go to Dada's house, And for me, I'm a very independent person. I wanted that independence. That's why you see me play by myself. I'm a one-man band because I've always liked to build an independent force. So at the age of 6, I got my first piano. It was called Bontempi. For those who know Bontempi pianos, they were like little toy pianos we had back in the days. When I put from what I had been getting from Dada's house, it was easy for me to relate to that piano. I knew what a key was. I knew how they sounded, and that's how slowly started getting to know this instrument, practicing on my own, sleepless nights, you know, spending time on that piano. I would not leave my dad rest, because at the time those pianos, they could only take batteries. They didn't have adapters.
Yeah.
So, you know, from there I felt that it was already happening for me at the age of 6. Even when I got to school, there were some years where I was distracted. My mom was so angry. She tried to stop me because the piano, when I was in Sacred Heart College, I was always in the chapel. I was always in the church. Needless to say, I ended up being the choir prefect, the sacristan, the church prefect. A guy like me who was very social, and everybody thought I was going to be the social prefect, I ended up being the sacristan, the church
Sacristan.
prefect. That is where I was sure and convinced that this is what I wanted to do. I built choirs back in Sacred Heart College. I helped form the wonderful choir that we had. I started spending that time at the church. I was not even paying attention to my studies, because I only started in Form 2 to go to the church and lock myself in, pretending to be cleaning the church and opening the piano and getting on it. That's how this thing, this connection, this bond came across. And here we are today, couple of years later. 25 years of professional piano music. Because I remember from Form 5, which was only in 98, I was already, playing in Milano Cabaret in Bamenda. So
Wow.
here we are, 2022. I think it's almost 25 years of a career of piano music. And then University of Boya, where we met, or where we knew each other, not met officially, but where we had time to spend. I was already getting on the piano, performing in the church in Moliko. I was already
Yep.
doing all of that. So for me, this piano, this guy right here, let me call it this girl right here has been in my life because man, this is who I can't be touching a guy like this. So this thing has been part of my life for years, and I can't let go because you're never too old to play on it. It's not like sports where you get too old. And as
Yeah.
much as my voice is crazy, I will keep playing this instrument. So
That is an amazing story, Jerry. That is a good one. Again, I knew you since I knew you. I was hanging out with your elder brother's wives. I think I knew you before you ever knew me because I used to hang out with Meme, which is Ralph's CV's younger sister. I
yeah.
knew you were playing, but I actually got to know you more when we went to university. And I did not realize that you had been playing for that long. I do know that you play a key role in the Saiko choir, in the Sacred Heart College choir. I know
Mhm.
that you play a key role there, but I did not know that your story went as far as when you were 6 years old. That's an amazing story. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. Now that you've become such a great pianist, how has the journey been for you? Again, there are things that you do today on your piano that um, I don't know if those things just came for you, or did you have to, is it just practice, or did you have to take like special courses to learn some of those voice effects that you do amazing things on that piano. So I'm always like, is that something that you discovered, or did you have to take like some kind of special training to learn some of those skills?
So, so. Let's take it this
Yes.
way. This whole thing about the piano for me was, like I said, an independent journey. I've discovered things on this piano that few people knew. The people who created the piano knew it, but I went further to make something new out of what they already knew.
Mm-hmm.
When I was in Bamenda, this should be in the year 97 ish, my mom would take us to Milano Cabaret. For those who know, I would go there. And close to Milano was the famous Hollywood Cabaret, where I had friends who were already playing. Sydney, Tarimo, Irene, they were already playing in that club. So for me, first time I decided to leave, they were practicing. I went to this place. I saw them practicing. I told them, hey, I'm interested in this and I know a little bit of piano. So, you know, they were like, okay, come hang with us. They gave me that opportunity. And you know how the world goes. Slowly, somebody is retiring and
Yeah.
somebody is coming up. So their pianist actually got to a retirement stage. And I came up. And funny enough, the boys were like, we are used to this pianist. This new one that has come, we need time with him. And the boss was like, you're going to have to bear with him. So that gave me a lot of pressure. I had to learn very fast how to
Yeah.
play the cabaret. And then when I did that, I got to a point where I was like, okay, there was a night where no singer showed up on time. Trust me, if you hear my voice as cracked as it is, at that time I couldn't sing that much. But when they put me to the task, I had to defend I was already singing as a conducting choirs, but I didn't know I could really get on it. Learning those songs, creating, I was technologically so, hyper. I wanted to
Yep.
discover. When these pianos came out, the worst part is when Milano saw me in Hollywood and said, I am next door to Hollywood and you are my son. So why don't you come? Let's go to Douala, buy you a piano, come here, put it in my cabaret, and you start managing. Those boys don't like you after all, because she used to come watch me and she could tell that the energy was not there. So
Yeah.
that's how I got my first piano. My first piano was a Yamaha PSR 1000. 1000 was the best piano that was existent in Bamenda at that time. And that was a challenge for me because I had to make that piano play stuff. I had to discover. I took it to this technician in Douala who gave me an update and I had the manual. Instead of reading for my GC, I'm reading a piano manual. So I've sacrificed a lot for this instrument. I had to discover new things. People think that this piano is just keys. But for me, this piano is an entire studio. I can create with it. I can do anything I want to do with it. I have no particular extent as to how much I can go. This thing has a lot of potential. Let me work on this. There are so many different pianos, but this particular series has a lot of potential. So my job is to, get on it, discover it, use it the way I want to use it, and why not one day be the first to have invented something through this instrument.
Great. That is, one thing that I find very inspiring, what you have just shared, is that self-discovery, right? A lot of us come across gadgets. We buy expensive gadgets that we never really use it, even a quarter of the potential of that gadget. So hearing your whole story of self-discovery, trying to see what this can do, and even trying to extend it a little bit to be able to meet your need, I think that is a very powerful point. And it just stands to tell anyone that is listening that, hey, sometimes in life we have to go above and beyond, right?
You're
Go
right.
beyond the things that we have in front of us and try to make more out of what we have, right? So I think that that is a very beautiful story and a very good point that you have brought up. And thanks again for sharing that. You have this beautiful machine. And again, I was going to ask you about how you started singing because I know pianists who don't sing, they only play. So I was going to ask you how singing became a part of your piano playing thing. You've said a little bit about it, how you were pushed. You had to do it at that time at Hollywood. But again, with time, if I had to put it, I would say that you're probably a good singer. The voice and the fact that you can impersonate, is that the right word? Do you impersonate
Impersonate, yeah.
voices?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, the fact that you can sing like different people, impersonate those voices to me is just amazing. How does that work for you? How did that come around?
To that, I'm going to say that, to be honest, to that, I think I'm a blessed human being. The fact that I grew up in a bilingual family made me learn two languages. My mom was a francophone, my dad anglophone. That made me forced to learn English and French and my own dialect a little bit. I can't boast of speaking my dialect very well, but that made me have a very extensive level or point where my tongue can go. For me, I think I can like articulate
Your
any.
articulation,
Yes, I
yes.
can
Yeah.
articulate. I can, I can use my, I don't know, I'm trying to describe this in a way that is gonna be understandable. I think I'm blessed. I don't know. Sometimes it's hard for me to say why I just got to this Douala song and I can play it. I can sing it. I don't even know what I'm saying sometimes, but well, a little kudos to Limbe because I worked in Limbe and my boss was from Douala.
Okay.
King et Francois, I speak with people who have gone through my life. Bamboo Bar, for those who know, I went through Bamboo Bar. I learned how to speak Douala. In Limbe, I learned how to speak a little bit of Southwest, Bayang, Bakwere Bayangi,
Mokpe. Mm-hmm.
Mokwe. Some words could come to me. So for me, with all that experience, I would give my brain. Like one time, Snoop Dogg said, I want to thank me. I want to thank me for actually knowing how to put all that together in one brain and looking for shortcuts on how to keep those things in my mind going. I want to thank me for the research I made to try to want to be hardworking, want to go out there and find out information about what I love. So this, when I say this, I mean, in my modern days, when I hear a song, sometimes before I used to know where the song is going musically. Now I even know where the song is going lyrically. It means that I've known Douala, I've known Bakwere, Mokwe, I've known Ghanaian. I play in a Ghanaian church right now in Houston. You will not believe how much Ghana I can speak.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I've been the one to go and find out, to be the one to chook skin, as they say in English or in Pidgin. I want to be there. I want to always invade and see what's going on. I always want to participate. I'm not the guy who backs down. If I see Pygmy for that side, I go enter. If I see Douala there, I want to go because I always feel like the best way to learn is from your peers, from people.
Yeah.
You cannot sit on your own and learn. Sometimes it's easier. Rather than read a book, I watch that same video on YouTube from a peer and I get it from their own point of understanding. So for
Mhm.
me, you know, at this point of my life, I'm so blessed to be able to speak, to be able to articulate, to be able to learn fast, to be able to just listen and tell where it's going. I have that genuity. I can
Yep.
listen. I'm an ear musician. I hear. Once I hear, I know where it's going. So that's how
Wow.
my singing I got to a point. Let me answer your question about my singing real quick. My singing is entirely a blessing because I don't know how this voice right here could come from here to maybe hallelujah. I don't know. I just don't know. I just know that I perceive it in my brain, I push it out, and people appreciate it. Sometimes I listen to myself and I'm like, who is that horrible guy? Who's that? But people still love what I do. So I don't know.
Yeah. You sound better. The way you talk, if someone listens to your voice and the person hears you singing, they might be like, oh, is that the same person? So the way you talk and the way you sing sounds slightly, again, it's the music is amazing, that's for sure. Anybody that knows you can testify that you sing
Yes, in
great.
all
So
fairness, now the best musicians from Africa, guess what? The best musicians pretty much all over the world came with cracked voices and are making it work. Listen to
yes.
Davido. Listen to Fali Ipupa. Have you heard them talking?
Davido, when he talks, you wonder if that's the same person that sang that song.
Yeah,
So
so
that
for
is
me, I think everything is possible. Like today we have heavy size parades, beauty pageants.
yeah.
There's no limitation to anybody. If this is a show that is encouraging anybody out there, I will tell you until then chug you underground. You all know I finish for the world.
Yep.
In
Yep.
English, I say until you die and you are gone. Nobody knows what is on the underworld, but until you die and you're gone, you still have hope. If they
Yep.
told me I could sing in sacred at Form 1, because I started learning this piano, I didn't know I could sing. I would say never. I've had people who have made me discover my skill. There was a time when I was even ashamed to go to the cabaret and even sing because I would feel like my voice was cracked most of the time. But I had to get on it and learn how to work with it. And today, it's a force that I have. And people have made it work for them. I'm trying to make it work for me too.
Yep, that is true. You've spoken about playing in cabarets and stuff like in Cameroon. What other kinds of occasions do you entertain?
Okay, I've played in cabarets, I've played in churches,
Yeah.
I've played in crusades, I've played in, well, parties as a whole. I'm also a DJ. This is just my piano, but those who follow me know that when I get on the DJ scratcher and whatever it's called, the mixtape, the deck, I'm still a very good performer. And guess what? I've been an MC, something that I never thought I would do. But I guess when I got on the mic and started talking, people say you have potential in your voice. I have played in nursing homes. I have been the one I've done music therapy, which means
Yeah.
I've
Oh,
used my
great.
music to heal. I've
Yep.
used my music to make people remember things that they couldn't remember when. I always tell this story. Mr. John Smith. Funny enough, that's a common name in the nursing community.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. John Smith was well, he had a third name, John Aaron Smith. His name was like I don't know where he is right now, but I used to work there. Maybe, wherever Mr. John Smith you are, I'll tell your story everywhere I go. So John Smith was asked, "Hey, John Smith, what is your name? Where do you come from? Where were you born?" He was like, he had Alzheimer's, dementia.
Yeah.
I don't
Mm-hmm.
know where I was born. This exactly, I'm impersonating Mr. John Smith. Um, Guess what? So when they asked Mr. John Smith, who is your favorite musician? And he was like, Elvis Presley. For those who know Elvis Presley. So here we are. I'm right there, which is what my friends told me to do. There was this song. He said he liked Elvis Presley. And they say, what song? Can you hear my piano? You can hear it, right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. They say he said he likes Love Me Tender. Love me tender, love me nice, never let me go. You have made my life complete, and I love you so. Love me tender, love me nice, never let me go. Oh, my darling, I love you, and I always will. And then, guess what? When I was singing that song, he was singing all the words with me. And then immediately we finished. Mr. John Smith said, I was born in Memphis, Tennessee in 1923. I have 4 sisters, 5 brothers. That's just to tell you the power of music. And there's a movie that was
Oh,
acted with this same, that's where I got this. And I thought it was a joke. There's a movie, I just forgot the title. It says the same story. Why do you think people who talk like this, the stutterers, why do you think when
yeah.
they get on singing, they never stutter?
They never started. That's true.
So for me, I think music has a force. Like I said, I have done music therapy. That was just an aside. You know, I have done production. I'm a musical producer. I produce some of my songs that you have heard. I produce some of them behind here on just this equipment that you see in my house. I produce with my computer, I produce and I send them to other people to put their input and we master it together. You know, so like I said, music has a lot. It has a wide range. When I used to be, let me tell you this last story. When I used to be in Commercial Avenue with my brother Ralph, Sylvie's husband, I would sit in a store at the time when MTN just brought out phones where you could compose ringtones. I would stay in the store and managers, I would start producing ringtones for people. Like I'll produce the favorite one was No Matter What I Do by Kelly and Nelly. So people came to me and guess what? I used that in business. I say if you buy one gin from my brother's store, I go do you one free
Song.
soundtrack for your phone. So see how music is so broad. You know, let nobody to all those who are here telling me, you know, I hate to always quote my mother telling me that go be pastor. If you want to do music, you must be pastor.
Go
No
be
ever
pastor.
let you play for cabaret. Cabaret life is bad. That's how they poison people. Yes, she was scared for me, but I knew my calling. Music is universal. That is the only, I think that is pretty much the only language that can be
That
spoken
everybody
that
understands.
everybody understands, you know? So what can music not do? I can do a lot. Anything that music is concerned, if you think I've not done it before, tell DJ Skipper, I will learn it and I will do it.
Yeah, and what are you showing here, DJ Skipper? What are you telling us? Possibilities, right? The biggest message I'm getting out of here is possibilities. The fact that we have that potential to go, wow, right? To use our brains to do things more than the way society has placed it. We can go, excuse me, we can go above and beyond just with what we have. And
Right.
I definitely appreciate that a lot. Having you sing that song just was giving me goosebumps already. But yes, that is amazing. You've done all of these things, right?
Correct.
You've done your discovery in music. I call it your discovery because this is you putting your fingers on places, doing your own research, and maybe probably reading your manuals. Again, I cannot remember the last time I read a manual of a device I bought. But yes, you're going into all of those details, educating yourself on the device and how you can use it better. On the other side, right, you are a great pianist, a musician, you do all of these things. You still decided to get into healthcare. Why did you make that choice?
You know, you know, there's a lot of things that have come to me as a person that I've seen that I never regretted going into healthcare. And healthcare has built me as a person. Let me talk about the good side of healthcare, both good and bad. The good side of healthcare is it has made me not panic for my health, for my kids' health, for my friends' health. I don't panic. If I'm there with you and I can save your life, I will. Well, like I said, my kid was supposed to be operated upon back years when they said he had whatever tonsillitis that was building into something. He couldn't breathe well at night. They wanted to operate this young man. I went and got him a neck brace that was keeping his neck extended so that he could breathe. One of the reasons why we snore and people don't know is because our nasal tract is blocked. Sometimes you sleep on it. Sometimes your neck is too short to contain it. There's a whole lot of reasons why we snore. My kid was having a condition where he was born, you know, he was not a premature, but he was not too strong. So sometimes his head would sway. Maybe it's because he had a big head like his father. I don't know, but sometimes his head would sway. But that caused him to have to struggle to build a stagnant head,
Stamina.
a stamina, right? So when they told us we had to operate upon this child, because people don't want to really take their time to know why, they want to just make it easy for you, give you that easy option. I don't go for the easy option. I'm not going to have my child struggle with pain after surgery, or yes, it could have saved his life, but he's still alive today. I think I saved his life, and I decided to go to the medical field. People challenge me, say nursing in America is so difficult. I said, you know what? I'm going to do this nursing. I'm still in nursing school as we speak. I just came from Florida for my clinicals. For me, I always wanted education because my father told me, as much as you would do what you love, keep your brain busy educationally. People will respect you when you do those two together. They give you more respect. I came to a nursing home. I saw these people as a CNA. I saw these people and I was like, helping them gave me joy. I'm in geriatrics. I take care of old people. I loved it. And they made me see a lot of wisdom in old people that many people don't care to find. People are like, you don't know, the time don't pass. But that's a lie. What you will gain from these people, what you will gain psychologically, is a fortune that nobody can reckon for or reckon with. I am talking about people who can tell you things that will make you look at the world differently. People who have lived the times and seen how many people struggled for us to be where we are today, even musicians included. For me, the health field was not only for me to go and help somebody, was for me to go and discover, know. And of course, who doesn't like to be called doctor one day? Who doesn't like it? Medical doctor. If I can be a medical doctor, I will go for it. Now, the bad part about nursing to me, it has made me so stiff. I have seen many people pass away. I have I'm not a doctor, but I've seen people pronounced dead. I have closed people's eyes. I have cleaned people. That has made me very, very technically, I would say technically senseless when it comes to emotions. But guess what? My music is how I bring back that emotion. Because when I play this instrument, it takes me to a place where tears cannot even comprehend. Sometimes I tear up, sometimes, so like I say, the health field for me was a way of me trying to help more, entertain more, and just keep people more sensitized about their conditions. We live in this world, many people don't know their health history. They don't know their family, inherited conditions. They don't know, something that runs through their families. I have hypertension running through my family. Many people let hypertension go. I'm using this your show. I hope I'm not speaking out of topic.
No, you are not at all.
I think that many of our African folks don't realize it till it hits them hard. I will tell you who is out there listening to me right now. As a musician, I've come to know one thing. Take care of yourself. Don't build all this, become famous, and leave it behind because you didn't know what was going on in here. It is very important. Check yourself annually. Check your blood pressure annually. I have someone who had a stroke not too long ago, a loved person. Check your blood sugar annually. Check everything about you annually. Go to a doctor. Most of us have insurance. Check yourself. There is one thing you could find out early. We all know cancer. You can discover cancer at stage 1 because you are checking yourself. So the health field for me was, I couldn't stand seeing people die without trying. I couldn't stand seeing my son have surgery without knowing what was wrong with him. Know what is wrong with you before you pass away. Don't die and people start the voodoo of now which kill the person. They don't kill him for village. No. I can only believe in science and God. There's evil
Yeah.
spirits, yes, but they have not come around me yet.
That's an interesting mix, Jerry. One thing that when I just started talking to you again, I heard the passion we should talk about your music, and now the passion we should talk about healthcare. And I'm like, okay, Jerry, what are you most passionate about? Is it the music side of you or the healthcare side of you? Now, I don't even know if that question is valid anymore, but give us an answer if you have one.
What have I, there is a song by a musician that said, what have I never done? This me right here, half. I use half, plural, done everything. I know that I am jack of all trades, master of music. I call myself a humble master of my craft. It's master to me. Maybe you out there don't see it like that, but when I'm on this instrument, I am master.
You're your master, Jerry. That's where you
Yes.
start. You start by being your master before you can master anyone else out there.
Yep.
So
I am a
you are
truck
your
driver.
master.
I am an IT tech. I've done it all. I've done DBA. I've done Scrum. I have done IT in my own way. I have done music. I have produced. I am a nurse. I have worked in the bank. When I first came to this country, I was a teller in a bank in the Southeast Houston. I was a teller in Chase Bank. You know, I used to go stand. Many people don't know, but like I said, I've done a lot. I was a banker back home. I used to work with First Trust. So
Yeah.
I used to make sure that, I studied economics. My bachelor's is in economics. So what have I never done?
Not done, right? So this is just to show that, hey, you could do a whole lot of things, but there is passion. There is always that need to find that one thing that keeps you going. Yet you have an idea about all of these things, just like me, right? I've touched a couple of things. Like for the bigger part of my life, I was in research. But when I came to the US, man, I put my hand in places. But finally, I found the one thing that works for me. Then I stayed glued to that thing. It doesn't mean that if you take that away from me, I cannot do anything else. I will
That's
be
right.
able to do something else. Maybe just talking like this will make a living for me, right? So
That's
again,
right.
I appreciate that you share that diversity. And again, by doing this, we're encouraging other people who are listening to, hey, if you feel like you need to do something, it's okay to try things, right? Do them. If it doesn't click for you, you let it go and you do another thing. We're created with a lot, like with a great brain and mind power, that we have the potential to do a whole lot of things. Let's stop limiting ourselves.
Yep.
Right. This is great. Jerry, one quick question, just an icebreaker, because of the way you sound, because of how you talk, the passion with which you talk about the things you do. I want to know about somebody that you would do anything to meet, right? So let's say a fictional person or a real person. If you were to meet one person in this life, it could be a fictional character, it could be a real person. Who would that person be? And where will you take that person to maybe have lunch or dinner?
Okay. That fictional person that I want to meet.
It could be fiction or real. Anyone.
Okay. Let me put it let me do both sides.
Okay. Okay.
The fictional person that I want to meet is me 10 years back. I want to meet me 10 years back to tell
10
him
years
that
from today, that is 2012. Is that correct?
2012, yes.
Where were you then?
I was in America.
Okay.
I want to
Good.
meet me
Thanks.
10 years back. Let me even make it more interesting. I want to meet me 20 years back.
2002. Where were
Yes,
you?
I was in Cameroon. I want to tell me 20 years back that even if they refuse to give you a visa 2 times or 3 times, even if people told you that you could not do it, here I am today. I am in America. I don't depend on anybody. I work for myself. And if there's one person that I would still meet is me. Like an artist once said, 10 years later. Because I feel like, as I said, until you are laid to rest, your own Noah finish at the ground. I still believe in possibilities. There is still every chance that I will have, in 2007, I had a hit song. It was
Yep.
playing in UB, it was playing in America. I just did Mbolo Mbolo Ma Lucy. That is how the name DJ Skeeper came about. People were calling me from America, man, your song is in all clubs here. We didn't have anything like YouTube at that time. There was no way you could even put your face and say, oh, Namia, sing this song. No. It's not like now if Mr. Leo sings a song and just puts it on YouTube, we know it's Mr. Leo because you see his face on the song. It is released today. I
Yeah.
used to walk around selling CDs. Now, if there's a real person that I want to meet, that I would have loved to meet, it would have been Michael Jackson. If I could meet Michael Jackson, I would take Michael Jackson to go eat at Whataburger.
What's up, Becca? What?
Because that was my favorite burger spot when I just came to this country. And I was like, I will eat at Whataburger till I die. But you know, we have changed. Age, time has changed things. You cannot eat what you ate at that time.
Yeah.
But if I met Michael Jackson, I would take him to Whataburger. And after that, I would like to take Michael Jackson on a stage, just him and I, and sing a song that he saw so many years ago. You know, a song that he wrote so many years ago that is applying to the world today. There's a place in your heart, and I know that it is love. And this place could be brighter than tomorrow. We could really get there if you care enough for the living. Make a little spare, make a better place, heal the world, make it a better place for you and for me and the entire human race. There are people dying. If you care enough for living, make a little space, you and for me. That space for you and for me is for me and Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson is the guy who made me start my life as an entertainer.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow, Jerry. Wow.
I give it to him.
Yes. Awesome. Thank you for sharing that. And I know you do travel a lot as you do your music, as you play in places. Jerry, where are you? I'm in Dubai. I'm in this. No, I'm in Cameroon. You're all over the place. If you were to just play music, right? That's all you needed to do. Just play music. You don't have to worry about any other thing in life. Where would be your ideal place to live in this world?
I'll be honest with you. My ideal place to live would have been Cameroon. If I were to play music and make life out of it, let's forget about all the beauties. I've seen the beauties of this world, but there's no place like home. I'm telling you this because let's not get twisted about identity. I might be an American citizen today, but home is home. Where your roots, where you start, your humble beginnings. Cameroon would have been, I would have loved to be in a cabaret in Milano, Bamenda. Our Bamenda that has been messed up. Look, I didn't do this by mistake. I
I see the Bamenda in
I
you.
like to read into, when I came on here, you told me it was a motivational show. I'll use this platform to say this. My people for Bamenda, it is not yet over. I am investing back home. I bought a land in Bamenda some years ago. I haven't even built on that land because of all this trouble and this war. But as long as I am alive, I will build the best cabaret in Bamenda. I promise you guys. I will put everything to it. A cabaret where people can come and relate to those days when we used to make cabarets mean something. I promise you guys. Bamenda is, I used to say, I have a song that says, Bamenda na some place where whether you go up, come down, you go still like come. That song was never released because I wanted to shoot the video in Bamenda. Oh my God. As I reach for Bamenda, the boys tell me, say them call them Abakwa. From left to right, oh. Everybody just they find me. Everybody fight for Bamenda. Mommy them fine, Papa them fine, brother them fine, sister them fine. Everybody fine, sote. Hey. See, like, I've answered the question. I just want to be in a
Yes.
cabaret in Bamenda playing music. Just for my people to come and sit. Let's have our 500, even 200 francs. Can't farote me. I go take them. I just want that, I want that originality in my music. It came from Bamenda.
That Bamenda vibe.
That Bamenda
Yes.
vibe, back in the
Yeah.
days of gambler and smuggler, Bobo Linux, when we used to do ragamuffin. I mean, come on. It's not now when
Yeah.
it has changed to something else.
Yeah.
It was called ragamuffin.
Yeah. But there is hope in response to that. Deep in me, I know that there is hope. So that
Yes.
cabaret that is in your mind, that architecture that you have in your brain, that you're looking, hoping that there's going to be that peace someday where you put that building down, is going to come to pass, I believe.
Yep. It will be. It will come.
Awesome. Jerry, this was an amazing session, like talking to you and getting my listeners and your own fans get to know more about you. I bet that when some of your fans listen to this, will be like, oh, wow, so this was Jerry. So this was me trying to bring you out and to tell the people that care to listen that, yes, sometimes you just want to listen to another person's story, another person's journey. And it gives you that gentle reminder that in this life, we have hope and we can definitely achieve a lot more than we are, or maybe society is putting in front of us. There is more to have in life, just as Jerry has all the things he has today. He's able to do all the things he's able to do today. I appreciate you so much for sharing your story.
You are so welcome. To you, I say, I am not person. You called me. It was an easy yes for me because, first of all,
It was.
what you do is significant to my career, but most of all, is significant to my passion. We share that passion. The fact that you decided to go above and beyond yourself to want to receive people. I've followed your show. I've seen you have received people that came with stories. I mean, let's forget about they were not really popular, but their story touched me. That's just to tell us that you are going beyond to pluck out that one person, regardless of how famous they are,
Yep.
to share their story. That
Yes.
in itself is selfless. And that's what I say. For me, I tell all the talk show hosts out there, be encouraged to come close to me. I've never been difficult. I will never be difficult. I've been interviewed by talk show hosts all over the world. I've had, it doesn't matter the scale. I tell people this every time. Some people want to be interviewed by Oprah before they believe that they have made it. I will tell you
We are the
this.
baby operas.
I don't even want to call you a baby Oprah. I want to call you that that activist. I want to call you that showbiz. What name can I give you? That activist of showbiz, because Oprah, all of you are in the same category. Activists of showbiz, advocates. You guys
Yep.
are the ones who make some of us known. The time you take to share this video to get to the ends of the earth, even by just putting it on your page, it's a selfless thing. I would encourage our Cameroonians, because we are Cameroonian people. Let's not get it twisted. Share your brother's work. Share your brother and your sister's work. Let's see how many shares we're going to get on this particular streaming. That's a challenge I'm leaving to all of you, because I will share it on my page. My page, people always ask me, oh, why don't you have thousands of followers? I have the 1,000 that I have, and it's enough for me for now.
Yeah.
Have you are the one to make me thousands, millions of followers. I can do it. I have done it. I have proven it. I've gone to all the continents except Australia. Why are you people delaying to bring me to Australia? But yes, I've been invited to Australia. They invited me to Fiji, and I could not go because at that time I was booked already, But I've been to all the continents, from North America, South America, Asia, Europe, and China.
Okay.
So for me, let me tell you people something. There is no place like home. The only way Skeeper will be known worldwide is if a Cameroonian decides to call it my own. Some of us don't call this our own. They prefer somebody else's stuff. That's why we have all this revolution about, oh, Nigerian music is dominating the world. Do you guys know why? You don't even know why. Because if So was a Nigerian blogger, her people, her peers will share her work without even thinking. Once they just hear accent, they call Nigeria. I bet you, if you pronounce your show, what's the name of the show? Let me make sure.
You can be anything.
You can be anything. If you say you can be anything, no, Nigerian person hear him, he go share him. It no matter where he come out. You know, we don't. This cap alone. If you are from Bamenda, you should share this because you saw this. Don't let.
That's a good call out.
Yes, don't let another person say, "Oh, Skipper, I like that your hat on so-so's you can be everything page." And you know, these Sarah them, they like it, you know. They can share it because they like the color. But guess what? You are sharing it because you relate to it. And there's no way this video will go viral if we don't have at least 90% Cameroonian people sharing.
Sharing it.
10% of other races will share, but 90% of us should share if this video has to go somewhere.
Awesome. Yeah. That's a great call out, DJ Skeeper. Thank you so much. I appreciate the kind words. You know, what you do is music. For the few minutes that we have left, do you have anything you want to play for us? And let's call this a day.
All right. So I'm going to play my songs because people always say, Skipper, you have not done anything. My songs, I can just play from where I started and see where I went to. So I did the song called Mandela when he passed. Everything that you did from the north to the south, Madiba, is for my freedom. That is why I'm so proud to sing a song for my hero, Mandela. We will miss you much. Oh Mandela, oh Mandela, Tata Madiba. So I did that one, and then after that I went to the Mancon town. I saw a beautiful girl. I said, Mommy, come, would you marry me? I love you plenty, plenty. The girls that look at me from head to toe say you the grace for your hair. All of a sudden, the girls say, I go marry you. That is love at first sight. That is love at first sight. DJ Skeeper, il y a de cela bien longtemps, il y a de cela bien longtemps. Mon amour pour toi n'a pas changé, moi je t'aime toujours le même. S'il fallait recommencer, tu seras toujours mon bébé. C'est toi que moi je choisis, tu es l'amour de ma vie. And then after that I sang another song called After a Long Time, We Don't Stay. It was love at first sight. Now it is today. My mommy greet you, your papa greet me. The thing be easy. I say no delay. So prends ma voiture, baby, now. Prends ma maison. Mon cœur t'appartient, baby, parce que j'ai mes raisons. Et prends ma voiture, baby, now. Prends ma maison. Mon cœur t'appartient, baby. Let me put some beats on it. Let's see if we can put some beats. Woo! Let's see if it's going with some beat. Let me see. 1, 2, 3. J'ai dit chérie, mon amour. One thing I go tell you, now you in my room. Anything I go do, hey chérie, mon amour. One thing I go tell you, now you in my room. Anything I go do, hey, I do feel your love, oh. If you do feel my love, oh. If I got you by my side, like they play, we go tight. I do feel your love, oh. You after that, I did another song, the one that went viral. This one went viral and everybody knew it. It went like this. Let me see. Say, tell them say me I still there. Trust the Lord and it's still pray. I'm too faithful, I know they fail. Papa God elevate me, I go to heal. Le bon Dieu, il m'a sauvé. Mon tête, il est cranté. Je ne pourrais pas, je vivrai. Car l'étoile éternelle t'est élevée. Say, put my music on the replay. Say, God bless you, my DJ. For all the people with the feel, say, we don't the fail, we go give them. Say, put my music on the replay. God bless you, my DJ. For all the people with the feel, say, we don't the fail, we go give them. Say, we go give them more. We go give them. We go give them more. And the remix is coming out with the famous Zinya, one of my best singers from Cameroon. Hello, hello, tell me who they breathe. Anybody looking for Zinya, who not to like better thing. International loco, loco to international. Papa God tell me, say my picking, you are doing gracefully, wonderfully. Go do your thing and be thankful. Call on me, hold on to me. Now me go do the tempo. Put my music on a replay. God bless you, my DJ. For all the people when they feel say we don't the fail, we go give them. And then after that, let me see how many songs I got. I got this one that says, not everybody's gonna like the lyrics, but I think we should just make it trend on your show. So I say, how they feel say DJ Skeeper is the highest artist ever. How they feel say time go come when governor go call Amba solve this matter. How they feel say one man can never be satisfied with one woman. Hey, how they feel say no matter how you try, my brother, you must lie. How they feel say crypto and forex na modern propaganda for scammer. If you argue, feel the way the music beat you, feel the way the music beat you. This is my opinion. Argue with your forefathers, say feel the way the music eat you, feel the way the music eat you. Argue with your forefathers. Hey, it sounds like, listen, come on. Hey, hey, hey. You know, I got inspired to sing this thing from baby, put my body, baby, my body. This your milky for me, na something to know. What that body, baby, baby, corner, wa Allah. Say, Majo Mona Lisa, Majo Mona Lisa, Majo Mona Lisa, Majo Mona Lisa. How they feel say DJ Skeeper is the highest artist ever. How they feel say you can do anything with my sister Solange. So baby, if you argue, feel the way. So it's you say you can do anything, right? Yes. It says, how they feel say one man can never be satisfied with one woman. How they feel say no matter how you try, my brother, you must lie. How they feel say, listen, two ways no day around them, you must spend for woman. How they feel say woman be blessed with something where man no get them. If you argue, feel the way the music eat you, feel the way the music eat you. This is my opinion. Argue with your forefathers. And then my favorite song of all is the one that I will be releasing very soon. I'm not going to tell you guys when, Talk less to say I did a cover for La Piro's song. I'm gonna release that one soon, but this is the one that is coming out very, very soon. Hey. I like this song because, it was written by somebody that I really cherish, Somebody say, baby, for me, I love you and believe me, my heart is real. Come make we be so. I go love you as long as you live, if only you agree, baby. I've been waiting for so long, I've been crying for so long. Ever since I found you, girl, please don't keep me waiting. I've been waiting for so long, I've been trying for so long. Ever since I found you, girl, please don't keep me waiting. Si c'est moi que tu aimes, bébé, dis-le-moi. 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 Parce que c'est toi, je me rêve pour l'éternité. C'est toi, je me rêve pour l'éternité. Let's not give it all to the people. Thank you so much, my lovely sister. It's
oh my God,
pleasure.
I just had a blast. Like, this is amazing. My dear listeners, I hope you enjoyed this last few minutes of amazing music by DJ Skeeper.
Yes.
We
DJ
thank you
Skeeper.
for your time. We thank you for listening to this. And again, we've all heard what he does. If your occasions and all the things that you need this kind of ambience in it, check his calendar to see if he has a free slot. So we do appreciate you so much. Thanks again, DJ Skeeper. And thanks for making my evening so amazing. It's been a beautiful one. Thank you.
You're welcome, So anything for you. I'm just a phone call away. You already know. And yes, I've never been the one to hide anything about myself. I give it all. So sincerity is when you come to me, I give it to you straight up. Thank you so much.
It was a pleasure having you. Thank you.
Thank you so much for being part of the You Can Be Anything podcast tribe. I appreciate you for spending the time with us. Please kindly follow the podcast on all the social media platforms at You Can Be Anything Podcast. And if you like to watch the video versions of the episodes, you can find those on YouTube under my name, Solange Che. Please kindly subscribe to that channel. I'd appreciate it. Also, if you would like to support the podcast, there is a support button on the website www.youcanbeanythingpodcast.com where you can click on to support the podcast. And for you who is ready to be my guest, do not hesitate to reach out either on the social media platforms or just email me at youcanbeanything21@gmail.com. I'll be happy to have you. Stay blessed and be good to each other. Bye-bye.